Virtual CFO, a new normal career which has emerged in last 1 decade for all the finance fraternities, for all the chartered accountants. Virtual CFO are in great demand these days because of the emerging startups ecosystems, not only in India, across the entire world, and also the emergence of small and medium enterprises who are contributing to their respective countries in the growth of GDP. And obviously all these industries are being supported by the government for their emergence. The basic hurdle, the basic difficulties which any small and medium enterprises or a startup face in the initial stage is to hire C-suite executive by paying $1 million cost. It's not possible for them at that initial stage to hire C-suite executives, but however, they can leverage the expertise of C-suite executives through a career which are getting immersed either in the form of virtual CFO and any other virtual carriers and the people who are easily available to help the new startups and medium and scale enterprise with their expertise. So the requirement of startups as well as medium enterprise are met through the expertise in the way full-fledged CFO gives to any other organizations. So this is a small PPT. I will take you through the entire slides to explain how this career has got emerged, what was the reason for the emergence of the career, the cost related to this, the demand in the global market of virtual CFO. Unlocking the virtual CFO. Virtual CFO role defines. They provide also financial leadership and strategic guidance without full-time commitment. Engaged mainly by startups and growing enterprise for flexible supports. The major requirement of virtual CFO is by the small and medium enterprise as well as the startup or any organization having turnover of less than 200 or 300 crores and they want to leverage the expertise of CFOs. So this is the career and its advantage for both the chartered accountants as well as the organization who want to take the expertise of CFOs. Moving ahead, the unlocking growth with vCFO global opportunities. In countries like United States, there is a high demand common for startups and scale-ups organizations. In India, this has gone rapidly growing demand among startups and SMEs. Normally, the emergence of virtual CFO has taken more after the pandemics. In United Kingdom, established market for part-time and fractional finance leaders are already there. Australia, the fractional flexible engagement common. Singapore and South Asia, growing SME and scale-up focus. So the common among all the countries, the global demand for virtual CFO is with the startup as well as the small and medium enterprises. The global virtual CFO market growing quickly. And North America is the largest region as on today where the requirement of virtual CFO has gone. This is a career where any of the finance fraternity or the chartered accountants can work remotely and give their expertise to the organization who hires them. Unlocking the rapidly expanding virtual CFO market. Global adoption driven by globalization and evolving regulatory environment worldwide. Virtual CFO model provide expert financial leadership without full-time resource commitment. So again, when we come to the challenge which a startup or a small and medium enterprise face initially is the requirement of funds, the raising of capital, the requirement of working capital. All these expertise are with the chartered accountants and obviously a finance persons who has already worked as a CFO in their earlier organization. So the leverage of their expertise can be easily diverted to all the startups as well as the medium enterprises without paying $1 million cost. Industries and companies driving virtual CFO demand. Obviously the technology startups, small and medium-sized enterprises organized with complex financial flows such as multi-country operations. Dynamic sectors rely on virtual CFOs for adaptable strategic and financial guidance. Whenever you are operating in multi-countries, the major challenges are with requirement to the capitals, the volatility of the rate of exchange, the hedging of funds, the future contract. So these are the specializations where virtual CFO expertise can be taken by even a small and medium-sized organizations. Unlocking eligibility for virtual CFO carriers. Key qualifications and attribute driving success as virtual CFO. Substantial finance leadership experience, typically from roles like CFO, finance director, or finance head, or controller. Means if you are in an existence career, if you are having a role of CFOs, finance director, finance head, and controller, and if you are ready to spare some more time, you can also take the career of virtual CFO and give your expertise. Basically, it's spread your expertise and help the new startup organization, small and medium organization, any organization who are operating in multi countries. The expertise of virtual CFO can be obtained there. Opportunity to serve multiple industries, broadening expertise and business expert. Optimizing financial literacy. Virtual CFO work execution methodology. Access financial health. The virtual CFO will help you help all the small and medium enterprises, all the new startups in terms of checking the health of EBITDA, profit and loss account, cash flow, balance sheet, working capital, contracting, hedging, capital, and fundraising. They will help the small organizations in terms of implementing the KPIs, daily KPIs, trend analysis, forecast, industry trends, KPI that matters to chief executive officers, the investors, the businessmen, so that they are aware of the health and the progress of the business. Leveraging digital tools. Virtual CFO will further help these small and medium enterprises, the startups, in ensuring which are the low-cost ERP which can be adapted for the size of the business in which they are dealing. It can be either QuickBooks, Online, NetSuite, Xero. This platform ensures compliances and as well as they meet the other requirements of any other ERP system. Obviously, the real challenge for a startup or small and medium enterprises or any new business is to have an ERP in the form of SAP and Oracle, which are very expensive. Align budget with goals. Collaborate with executives. Collaborate with executive means virtual CFO will help you to interact with the other departments, plus interact with the outside stakeholders like bankers, the financial institutions in terms of raising the funds, and also in fulfilling the and meeting the compliances as per the standard and norms by the government. Mastering cash flow and forex management. So virtual CFO will help these organizations with maintaining the cash flows and the forex management if the company is in multi-country operations. Maintain liquidity and solvency by actively managing cash flows, inflows and outflows. So they will give the exact figures of what will be the inflow of cash, what will be the outflow of cash, what will be the timing, what will be the duration of inflows and outflows. Navigate foreign exchange volatility, impacting currency risk and profit margin. Implement strategic risk assessment, adopt robust hedging policies. We all know the current scenarios. The volatility in terms not only volatility in terms of rate exchange, also the geopolitical issues which keeps on going on a consistent basis. We need to be any organization who are operating in multi countries needs to be very cautious and aware of each and every data so that the minimum risk exposures are there. You can take leverage through hedging process, you can take leverage through risk assessment, and you can take leverage through scenarios forecasting in advance. Cross-border financial operation, intercompany pricing and risk optimization. So this is again the role where virtual CFO give their expertise and help in organizations. Intercompany pricing strategies, strategic risk mitigation and implementing effective risk control, holistic oversight of pricing and risk reduction. So today one of the emerging topic is control, internal control, the risk control. So virtual CFO expertise can be gained by new organizations in establishing a risk control system which can be followed consistently. It should not be only on the paper, but it should be followed religiously so that minimum risk exposures are there to any new organizations. Strategic planning, budgeting and forecasting by virtual CFO. The business trends can be planned by the virtual CFO. The virtual CFO can help a business in finding the data of the competitors, finding the product of the competitors so that suitable actions by the organization can be taken immediately and the business needs to get continued on a sustainable basis. The budgeting can be prepared through the virtual CFO and forecasting by virtual CFO. So all these facilities, all these key responsibilities can be given through the can be obtained through the virtual CFO expertise. Establish financial goals, gather historical data and market insight, develop budget estimates, perform scenario analysis, implement forecasting updates, conduct various analysis, and support proactive decision making. Leverage KPI dashboard for financial oversight. Virtual CFO can track revenue, expenses, margin, and cash flow health to provide comprehensive financial visibility. Use real-time data for quicker decision making. Visual integrator highlights performance trends. Strategic pricing and capital fundraising. Fundraising is one of the key KPI for any new organizations. In fact, the business starts from there itself. So through virtual CFO, you can leverage the expertise who can help you in raising the funds, either through financial institution, either in the form of IPO, either through a bank loan. Fund here means the initial capital fund as well as the ongoing working capital which is required to run the business on a regular basis. Mastering compliance in regulated industries. So we all understand today's the compliance has become a important subject, and we need to emphasize on each and every fulfillment of compliance. Fulfillment of compliance will further help you in reducing the penalty or minimizing the penalties. So timeliness, accuracy, these are the key important USPs when you are meeting the compliance which are run through regulators. So virtual CFO for any type of industry, if you are having expertise, you are taking expertise from the virtual CFOs, they will help you out and prepare the requirement of compliances which needs to be prepared by the companies and submitted to the desired authorities, so that no future penalties takes place and there is no obstacles to the business. Mastering the financial technology stack. The virtuals will be help out to choose the best ERP systems which are not much costly and suitable, and which will fulfill the purpose, as well as they are flexible. They will help you out in what to derive the reports you want. They will help you out to derive the financial statements the way you want. So the flexibility of ERP is very important, and the virtual CFO knows how to manage it. So ERP system, budgeting software and cloud platforms, integration across tools, automation, improve productivity, and advanced data analysis for decision making. Establishing robust internal control. Virtual CFO will further help you out to build the internal control of the organization to safeguard the assets and prevent fraud. Also ensure accurate financial reporting, cover key process including authorization, reconciliation, and reporting. Enhance data integrity and maintain compliance resilience for audit. Provide assurance to investors and regulator through strong control. Maintain ongoing monitoring and updates. So internal control is one of the important tools as on today to have minimum risk in the business and a proactive measures to detect the frauds in today's scenarios. So the virtual CFO can expect their expertise in maintaining the internal control of any organization. Optimize financial performance through strategic expense classification. Use strategic expense classification to control cost and allocate resource efficiency. The cost expenses needs to be defined by virtual CFO so that whenever any cost is incurred, the desired delegation of authorities, the desired approval are met as per the defined guidelines. So a complete SOP will be built by virtual CFO, which needs to be followed by each and every department of the organization. Navigating compliance, local statutory rules versus US general accepting accounting principles. So virtual CFO further helps how to do the accounting and what are the standards required to prepare the financial accounting standards. We need to follow the local statutory accounting standards. Wherever it is required, we will also follow the US GAAP accounting standards. And if you are a multi-operating country business, then we need to also follow the IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. AI revolutionizing financial function. We know the emergence of AI, artificial intelligence, in today's world. And most of the CFOs are already mastered in the new AI tools. So How virtual CFOs harness the AI to derive accuracy, efficiency, and strategic value. In today's world, each and every employee of an organization need to be aware of the artificial intelligence tools which are being used in that particular industry or in that respective industry, and the leverage, the efficiency should be garnered from all these artificial intelligence tools. The virtual CFO can help out with proper training to the entire team members. Virtual CFO can help out in selecting the AI tools which can be boost accuracy, minimize manual risk, and extract insight from large data sets. Virtual CFO can also guide AI adoption to allow with strategic objective and governance framework. Measuring virtual CFO effectiveness. Now, the other side of the coin. The investor, the management needs to measure the effectiveness of virtual CFO. The responsibilities, the work which has already been delivered by virtual CFO, and the final report cards needs to be checked from the investor side, from the management side, whether this adoption of virtual CFO is effective for the organization or not. Access financial performance improvements. Evaluate forecast accuracy, whether the forecast is particularly accurate or not. Measure risk reduction, whether the risk reduction has already been done or not. Track successful fundraising outcomes. The attempt which has been taken for the fundraising, what is the outcome that needs to be that needs to be measured by the investor as well as the management. Implement regular feedback loops and transparent reporting. The virtual CFO advantage, strategic and operational benefit. First of all, obviously, in the present scenario, when you are not able to hire a C-suite executives by paying $1 million cost, carrier like virtual CFO will give you advantage. Access to a specialized expertise, enhanced flexibility, faster data-driven decision-making, a strong investor relationship, and proactive risk management. Support for scaling operations. Fundraising is one of the important key element where you can leverage the expertise of virtual CFO. Financial risk virtual CFO prevent. The advantage which an organization has if they have a virtual CFO onboarded in their portfolio of employees. Avoiding cash flow shortfalls. Virtual CFO ensures that the consistency maintained in the requirement of working capital. Ensuring strict compliance. Virtual CFO ensures there is no misses of any compliance. Prevent inaccurate or inadequate financial forecasting. Virtual CFO ensures minimum inaccuracy in any forecasting or budgeting. Improve investor communication to build trust and transparency. Virtual CFO will deliver and showcase the entire forecast of the business for the benefit of the investor, for the requirement of the investor, or you can say for the satisfaction of the investors. Identifying early warning signs, enabling timely corrective actions. So these are the advantages which any organization can harness if they are having virtual CFO onboarded. Specialization is essential for virtual CFO success. So virtual CFO specializes in sectors like technology, manufacturing, and international trade. So before taking the role, you need to understand what are the requirements of that organization. You need to ensure that these specializations you already have, or even if you don't have, you are a good learner. You can adapt those specializations at the fast pace. They also focus on functions such as fundraising or compliance for deeper expertise. Specialization enable creation of tailored financial strategic aligned with sector needs. So there are many organizations where virtual CFO can help you as the requirement of in a tailor-made. Help virtual CFO anticipate and address sector-specific challenges proactively. Focused expertise significantly enhance value or delivery and business impact. So these are the specialization which a virtual CFO should carry when you are getting onboarded in any of the organizations. Proven financial risk mitigation by virtual CFO. So virtual, obviously when you are a multi-operating countries, virtual CFO will ensure the hedging should be done at a proper time so that minimum volatility exchange risk takes place. Apply diversification to spread credit exposure and reduce dependency on single sources. Implement scenario planning. The business needs multiple scenarios, plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and all the scenarios needs to be discussed with the investors, the management, and they need to get satisfied in all the scenarios, and those scenarios needs to align with the real world. Establish robust internal control to prevent operational inefficiency and financial misstatement. We all know what is the importance of internal control. Internal control are basically disciplines which an organization needs to follow. Mastering ASC 606 for accurate revenue recognition, enhance financial clarity and compliance with optimized revenue practices. The virtual CFO need to ensure strict compliance with ASC 606 revenue recognition standards affecting timing and amount. Means the quantification needs to be there when the revenue needs to be recognized, and based on that only the accounting needs to be done. Enhance investor trust and audit readiness through proper revenue recognition practice. Apply consistent revenue classification rules. The future of virtual CFO role. Companies increasingly prioritize flexible leadership and digital finance transformation. The way the technology is capturing each and every industrial sector, whether it is a large industry, whether it is startup, whether it is small and medium enterprise, and even at a shop like Kirana, the technology is getting adopted by each and every industry sector. AI integration. Advanced data analysis and remote tools expand virtual CFO capabilities. You need to be comfortable using all the AI tools which will help that particular respective company in harnessing leverage from those AI tools and benefit the organization as a whole. The virtual CFO role shift from tactical oversight to a strategic partners. Virtual CFO does not mean it's only data crunching work. Virtual CFO are the strategic partners. It is they who build the strategy for the organization. It is they who guide the management for the future business, for the future growth of the business. It is they who show the mirror to the management for all the geopolitical issues. It is they who show the mirror for all the exchange volatility. It is they who ensure the fundraising either in the form of IPO, debt, bank loan, financial institutions, or any other forms which are available in the market. They need to ensure the minimum cost needs to be there and the maximum benefit an organization get it. Virtual CFO drive innovation, agility, and competitive advantage in a dynamic global market. So these are the features of virtual CFO. Data integrity and financial governance. These are the regular work of a virtual CFO. Conclusion: unlocking the virtual CFO advantage. Thank you. We need to unlock the virtual CFO advantage and be part of this career transformation.